News 46 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, 2 counties choose Hafen for assembly, and 3 Nye County Sheriff's officers are under investigation. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
And tempers run hot this morning in the Board of County Commissioners chambers. It's Wednesday, December 5th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. A longtime local whose family is ingrained in our history of our town has been chosen by 2 of the 3 boards to take the soon-to-be open seat in the Nevada legislature.
The BOCC report is sponsored by Jim Marsh Automotive of Las Vegas, Kia, Chrysler, Jeep, and Body Shop.
There are meetings being held this week to choose who will serve as assemblymen here in District 36, which covers Lincoln, Nye, and parts of Clark County. The 3 governing boards received 19 applications from candidates who would like to serve the 2-year term. Yesterday, Lincoln County chose Greg Hafen II, who is a Pahrump resident. Today, Nye County chose the same candidate, and tomorrow, Clark County will make their choice. Friday, the 3 counties' officials meet to choose the overall winner, who will then start their term in January. Public comment was allowed today during the meeting in the Board of County Commissioners chambers, along with time comments from the candidates.
Less government, lower taxes, upholding the Constitution, and especially our Second Amendment, and addressing the needs of our veterans who have given up so much for us. And protecting one of our most important resources, our water. Our most important resource, of course, is our children and their education. I also note a serious problem with our K-12 educational system here in Nevada. We should have strong vocational programs, apprentice programs, and contemporary curriculum that help students learn. Our children have varying learning styles, and their curriculum must address the students' needs. Other concerns that I think that need to be addressed is the protection of our natural resources, protection of our domestic and wild animals, especially horses and burros. In Nevada, we should be helping all business and industry along with the gaming. We need to help agriculture and cattle ranchers. And one of our most important rights is to vote, and we need to make sure the right is protected. And that process is sound and fair.
Members of the community have said that I'm a get-her-done kind of person, and I am. I like to solve the problems when they're presented to us. I like to look at the facts. Commissioner Shinhoffen, in regards to Yucca Mountain, I think we need to look at the science. I think that stuff needs to move forward. As a water operator, I look at where nuclear waste is currently being stored, and at a national level, it makes me very concerned. If Yucca Mountain is not the answer, the country needs to be looking at other alternatives, but we need to finish the science at Yucca first and foremost so we know what we can and cannot put there. It will be very difficult for somebody to convince me that we need to increase taxes. However, having said that, I do believe that we need to plan for tomorrow's bills by paying for them today and not pass them on to future generations. My son is a 4th-generation Pahrump resident, and I don't want him paying for our problems that we have today because we want to kick that can down because we don't want to pay for our problems today. We need to be responsible. We need to pay our own bills, but we need to be efficient. And I believe government should be efficient. I believe business should be efficient, and I try and very, very hard in my business to be as efficient as possible. Family. I do want to touch. I love my family. I respect my family. I thank them all for being here, the ones that could be here. The ones that can't be here today is because they're at work. And I will leave you with this. If you have enemies, good. That means you have stood for something sometime in your life.
I am a signer of the Grover Rehnquist Taxpayer Protection Pledge. I am A-rated by the Nevada Firearms Coalition. I have an AQ rating by the National Rifle Association. My father is a former combat Marine. My mother was in the Navy. My father was awarded the Purple Heart for wounded while on the main line of resistance in Korea. I have grown up with extremely conservative values because being a textual constitutionalist is what I am. Our framers meant it, they were brilliant, and we need to follow it.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Former Assemblyman Ed Goodhart has filed a lawsuit attempting to stop the appointment, saying that he would like the new board members that will be seated in January to make the choice. Judge Kim Wonker, who was to hear the case, recused herself, saying that she did not want the appearance of impropriety because she has had meals with some of the commissioners at the VFW post here in Pahrump. The new case was then sent over to Judge Robert Lane, who denied expediting the hearing and has set the court case for 9 a.m. on December 19th. The county has said that the lawsuit has no merit and is continuing in choosing with the other counties their candidate. The Board of County Commissioners meeting will resume Friday morning for the final decision. Well, Sheriff Sharon Worley has 3 less officers on the street pending an internal investigation. This following several reports of 2 individuals being held allegedly against their will. 3 Nye County Sheriff's officers are on suspension pending an internal investigation. According to the Nye County Sheriff's Office, on November 16th, deputies were dispatched to the 400 block of Aaron Court here in Pahrump for a report of 2 individuals allegedly being held captive inside a room. Deputies arrested 3 individuals, James Thatcher, Chelsea DeMille, and Sandra Wobbles, for kidnapping, elder abuse, and false imprisonment. According to the declaration of arrest, the individuals were held inside a room against their will. Found inside the room was a bed and a restraining device. The victims, who are both reportedly handicapped, say that James Thatcher restrained them. The 2 victims allegedly told police that James Thatcher had restrained them inside a room on a bed and wouldn't allow them to leave. The victims are said to be the mother and brother of James Thatcher. Nye County has 2 deputies and a sergeant currently on administrative leave as they are being investigated for misconduct after it was discovered that police were called to the home on 2 previous occasions, and the victims reportedly were left in that circumstance. Well, some of the government offices have been closed today because of former President Bush. There is another holiday that is coming up, however, that the Board of County Commissioners have decided on. We'll tell you about that right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 46. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, what's happening in the court system here in Nye County? We're going to go to Unette Gentry to tell us all about it.
In this week's court report, a guilty plea is entered and a 2019 sentencing date is set for the local man arrested after admitting to police that he was inappropriately touching a female minor for the purpose of sexual conduct. George Allen Prentice appeared while in custody during his arraignment in district court to finalize terms of his guilty plea agreement. During that proceeding, the court stated that at Prentice's last hearing, the court wasn't sure if negotiations had been completed. Then the defendant's attorney, Brent Percival, states that the issue at last hearing was that McCoy needed more time due to some verbiage in the plea agreement information. Next, the parties state they are ready to move forward, and a formal guilty plea agreement is submitted to the court. Prentice waived the formal reading of the information. The court canvassed the defendant, outlines the guilty plea agreement for the record, and the maximum possible sentence. Prentice acknowledges, pleads guilty, and waives his constitutional rights to trial and appellate rights. Finally, Prentice addresses the court and admits the allegations. The defendant denied any request for continuance. The court finds the guilty plea to be given freely, accepts said plea, and the court sets sentencing on February 15, 2019 for the charge of lewdness with a child under 14. Jamie McCoy has until roughly December 19th to be transported to have a court-ordered mental evaluation per stipulations of his most recent court appearance. McCoy is the Pahrump man who was arrested and charged with indecent exposure after witnesses say he caused a disturbance due to reportedly exposing his genitals while walking around inside an area McDonald's. McCoy was ordered to have a mental evaluation following his arraignment hearing in district court back in July. However, during McCoy's psych and competency evaluation on November 19th, during which the defendant appeared while in custody, McCoy's attorney, Carl Jogger, referred to the order for evaluation signed on October 1st, but the court notes that the defendant has not yet been transported. Notably, Attorney Jogger declined the court's offer to calendar the matter for another status check and said he will bring it to the court's attention if McCoy has not been transported in a month. Then McCoy was remanded back to the custody of the Nye County Detention Center. On the date of his arrest, however, police say shortly after receiving his food, McCoy was walking around inside McDonald's with his pants hanging down, exposing himself to staff and other patrons. Then when staff members told McCoy to pull his pants up, he began yelling at them, calling them names, and then walked out. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 46.
Thanks so much, Unette. Well, county officials have decided that local government offices will be closed Christmas Eve as well as Christmas Day, and county employees will be having both days off.
I have a motion here. I move to, 1, approve Monday, December 24th as a day off with pay for all non-representative county employees. For represented employee groups, this motion is contingent upon the group's representative bargaining unit submitted in a written agreement to the December 24th day off with pay and a written waiver of rights to claim December 5th, 2018 as a holiday received prior to 8 p.m. on December 4th. 2018, and 2, to declare the county clerk's office closed on December 24th for all non-judicial purposes and for judicial purposes as well because of a prior approval of the judges of the 5th Judicial District Court. Man, this is a tongue twister. The approval of the judges for the closure of the clerk's office for judicial purposes includes a provision that drop boxes will be made available for filling of court documents on December 24th. For filing of court documents on December 24th.
And I will second that.
Phew.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion.
I wanted to identify that this cost is an increase to benefit to the employees. It's budgeted as a regular day, so it would just simply be relocating regular to an admin leave pay, regular day off, excuse me. The benefit cost for this to the county across all of the funds that the BOCC governs is about $110,000, so it's a significant employee benefit.
I'm just personally, and I've heard some other people talk, that this doesn't seem to be a really valid or feasible request considering the kinds of contracts that county employees already have. I might be mistaken with that, but if they already have days off that they can use on these holidays, let them use their own days off rather than supplement $110,000 a year to pay somebody that's not on the job. Let them take their own time off.
Just so everyone is aware, there are other things that have not been looked at as well. On the 24th of December, I think it's extremely rare to have anyone from the public need or come in to use any of those offices. So we're basically keeping all the offices open and paying all those expenses for everyone to sit here, run the heat and the lights and the air conditioning and the coolers and the equipment. And we didn't take the time, or maybe somebody did take the time, but we have not studied what it costs us to run all the facilities for one day. But if the public is not going to use them on Christmas Eve, there's no reason to require all the staff to be here to provide services to the public that doesn't show up on that day. Normally, we don't have this problem.
I'm going to call for the question. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay.
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 3-2. Passes.
Well, we have a new face on Student News, that and more right after the break.
News 46 is brought to you by...
Will
WMH Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
Well, in today's student news, we feature Emma Burgoyne with your report.
The Student News is brought to you by the Wolfenstein Construction Company, serving Pahrump since 1977, committed to providing the highest quality construction products and services.
This is Emma Burgoyne with your student news. The Pahrump Valley High School band departed the school early this morning for the long-awaited trip to Hawaii. The band was invited to take part in the 50th anniversary recognition ceremony. Pahrump Valley High School band would like to thank all who donated at the Board of County Commissioners for their contribution. The Martin Luther King Jr. All People's Luncheon will be held January 21st at 11 a.m. at the Pahrump Community Church on West and Wilson Street. You can buy tickets at Pahrump Valley Chamber of Commerce or call Linda at 775-671-6127. The MLK Foundation is offering advertising sponsorships currently. This event supports scholarships for our area students. Join in and give the gift of volunteering this holiday season. Bell ringing for the Salvation Army is fun and helps our less fortunate. Bring your friends and spend time caroling at our local stores. Just a couple hours is all it takes. For more information, call Dave Harris at Pahrump Valley High School and extension 2234, or Reva Braun at 845-659-3814. That's 845-659-3814. This is Emma Burgoyne with your student news.
Thanks so much, Emma. Well, here's Mike with a local home for sale right now.
Home Matters is brought to you by Trish Rippey Realty, 775-727-4343.
Hey folks, I'm Mike Colucci and this is Home Matters. Today I'd like to showcase a brand new listing. If you're looking for a beautiful move-in ready manufactured home that's reasonably priced, you need to check this one out. This completely renovated 1,128 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, fully fenced manufactured home sits on nearly an acre. The property has a full RV parking area complete with water, power, and an RV dump. The home has been completely refurbished, including fresh paint, both inside and out, a new roof, and a brand new security door. The inside has new flooring throughout, newly redone electrical and plumbing, brand new fixtures including sinks, faucets, and toilets. It also has brand new ceiling fans in all the rooms and has brand new appliances including a new stove, a new dishwasher, and a brand new washer and dryer. It also has a brand new air conditioning unit. The home also has a nice built-in entertainment shelf in the living room and has a split floor plan with the master separate from the other bedrooms. Priced at only $144,900, this home is sure to please. If you'd like to view this property, please call me, Mike Colucci, at 775-764-8211 or contact your favorite real estate professional. This has been Home Matters. Thanks.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All I know right now is that it is cold. We're going to take a look outside, though, and you can't see how freezing I am here in the studio, and I know that it's been some cold nights. We'll find out more right after this break.
Weather is brought to you by Pahrump's best kept secret, Q Barbecue. Try it for yourself. Low and slow. Queued for 16 hours.
All right, today's highs here in Pahrump, 54 degrees, Amargosa 55, Death Valley 66, Beatty 52, Goldfield 42, Tonopah 40, Fallon 41, and Fernley 36 degrees. Tonight's lows here in Pahrump and Amargosa 37 degrees. Death Valley 45, Beatty 34. Getting cold up north in Goldfield at 25, Tonopah 24, Fallon 23, and Fernley 26 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy skies with your low of 37, your average temp 33. Sunset at 4:28 p.m. Winds out of the east-southeast at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 7. Precipitation 10%, and we are going to see that change tomorrow with an 80% chance of rain. Your high of 46, your low of 37. UV index is at 1. Sunrise 6:40 in the morning. Winds out of the west at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 7. And your 7-day forecast once again tomorrow, rain clearing up on Friday with your high of 55, your low of 33, and then sun coming out for Saturday, the clouds coming back in on Sunday with your high of 59, your low of 37, and it looks to be around the same temperatures coming just down just a tick by next Wednesday with the sun out at a high of 55 and your low of 34. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.